An important site of Kos is Asklepion, the 2,400-year-old healing place, which was established after the death of Hippocrates. Healing took place here in the spirit of the master's doctrines. Spa therapy, herbal cure, massage, remedial gymnastics, even hypnosis, meditation, and special diets were used. The most important merit of Hippocrates was that he separated sciences from the Holy Office that had earlier been closely connected. He established his famous medicine school and composed the text of the Hippocratic Oath that has been used up to this day. The ruins of Asklepion spread over 4 levels. On the first, the bath and guest rooms can be found. The second floor is that of a wide portico which was used for treating patients. The major building of the upper floors was the temple devoted to Asklepion. The place was given its name from a mythological figure, the son of Apollo. Zia is a traditional and tradition-abiding small village in the mountains from where the setting sun above the Aegean Sea offers a spectacular view. Craftsmen prepare and sell their goods in their houses, for example, hand-carved pipes. Here we can find pottery, folk weaving, carvings, and spicy oil. And also curved daggers made from the horns of mountain goats. Young people plucking the bouzouki prepare for the evening. Travel agencies bring tourists here for a group dinner and folklore evening with music and dance. Everything goes according to plan. The sun sinks into the melting gold-colored sea. The tourists delight in it, meanwhile gradually filling up the tavern so that the musical performance can begin. A beautiful sight of Andemakia is the 400-year-old windmill and the little museum that stands opposite. The dwelling house of a landlord from 1907 has been redecorated and furnished. Here we can get an idea of how middle-class islanders lived at the beginning of the 20th century. Several old and rare articles for personal use and the spirit of the place explain why busloads of curious people visit the island every day. Neither Kos nor Rhodes has a museum with such an intimate atmosphere, differing so much from the rather austere environment of other archaeological museums. Kefalos was built on a hill that faces the sea, at the end of a road crossing the island. There's a wonderful view of the scenic Kamari Bay and the Kastri Cliff with a chapel on it. This is the most beautiful and most popular beach of Kos, where we can find both sandy and rocky beaches. The protected bay is a favorite place of surfers as well. Adjacent to the beach, on the rocky peninsula that stretches into the sea, some columns, wall relics, and mosaics indicate that the Paleo-Christian basilica devoted to Agios Stephanos used to stand here. Castro was a fortress now in ruins which stands at the highest point of Kefalos. Its relics were taken away and used for building material by local people. The relics of Vestipalia, the ancient capital of the island, were excavated 1.5 to 2 kilometers south of the town, which was destroyed by an earthquake in the 5th century. This was the birthplace of Hippocrates. The windmill standing on top of the mountain has been inherited from father to son since 1410. Those who believe that there are only excavations, museums, churches, and monuments on the island of Kos are mistaken. The friendly bays hide ports and beaches, and several entertainment facilities can be found here, from discos to aqua parks. The types of accommodation range from hospitable guest houses to all-inclusive apartment areas, meeting all expectations. After seeing all the attractions of the island of Kos, let's go on a ship cruise and have a look at the 3 islands nearby, Leros, Patmos, and Lipsi. If we spend our holidays on one of the Greek islands, we shouldn't miss out on a boat, which offers a truly memorable experience. In spite of its name, which means dirty or filthy, Leros is a clean, nice, and tidy little island. It definitely benefits the island that despite its natural beauties and monuments, it's still untouched by mass tourism. Once it was an infamous nest of pirates where Julius Caesar was held captive for a ransom. After being released, the emperor had all of his kidnappers executed. Military graveyards and deserted military airports are reminiscent of the clashes of British and German troops in World War II. This is where the Italians, allied with Hitler's Germany, had the headquarters of their Air Force and Navy fleet. In the 70s, the Greek military junta kept its opponents here, closed in a kind of concentration camp. The dark past has given place to a sunshiny present. The village stretching up the hillside over the port of Aya Marina is crowned by a Byzantine castle from where a beautiful view opens up of the four fjords. Still standing today, this is the church named after the Lady of the Castle, which has a wonder-working icon according to believers. Besides the capital Platanos, other settlements of the 53-square-kilometer island are Laki, Fromolitos, Alinda, and Xerocambos. We cruise further in a northwesterly direction to the nearby island of Patmos. Patmos is exactly what a Greek island is supposed to be like. Its dazzling white houses are reflected in the dark blue water of the sea. In the port, swarming with colorful boats, fishermen patch their nets. Bells ring in the church towers. In the cloudless sky, seagulls soar. The streets are deserted at midday because of the cruelly burning sun. Scala is the capital of the island and the center of everyday life. Everything can be found here: post office, bank, exchange office, police station, port and customs office, and a number of shops. The island that was once under the auspices of the Pope has always been considered religiously centered. The main attraction of Patmos is the fortified monastery of St. John, surrounded by the white houses of Hora rising above the port. Its image from a distance is very similar to Lindos. We can turn off the road leading to the monastery and head towards the cave of the Apocalypse, where, according to legend, St. John the Divine heard the voice of the Lord. The herald of heaven sounded from a cleft in the rock, and here is the rock on which a faithful disciple noted John's words. The winding road leads up to the quiet, intimate village of Hora, where besides some shops selling trinkets and a few cafes, we can find nothing else but tranquility, sun-kissed rocks, blooming oleanders, and a gripping, picturesque view. This tranquility and the view compensate us for the hardness of the road leading upwards. The golden brown wall of the monastery is girdled by a scalloped molding. The building is a fanciful combination of terraces, stairs, inner courtyards, arcades, and balconies, which has taken on its present shape over the centuries. Our ship turns to the northeast in the direction of the Turkish Riviera. Lipsi is one of the 3 islands near Patmos. These islands are small dots, hardly noticeable even on maps. Arki and Agatonis are visited only by adventurous people with private yachts, primarily for the caves, which are suitable for bathing. Their light blue water reminds us of the famous Blue Cave of Capri. Lipsi has just started to be discovered by travel agencies. Although it doesn't have any real attractions, it has a pleasant atmosphere and it's characteristically Greek. On the island, there's a conspicuously high number of church towers, and looking around from the port, we can see exactly a dozen. We've reached the end of our journey, presenting the most significant sites of the Dodecanese island group, a trip which is always rich in experiences.